Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, let me state that I am a firm believer in vaccination for our school children. Our school children come to school. They need to be in a safe environment. We have a percentage of children that are immunocompromised and that are not able to be vaccinated. So I am firmly a strong believer in vaccinating our children for the good of all. I'm going to limit my comments right now to the amendment at hand. I do have some concerns with the underlying bill, which I'll reserve those for later. But I feel confident that I can speak to the amendment because I do not believe the state is in a crisis at this time, and that we do need to protect by grandfathering the children from K through 12. We would sincerely have a true health crisis on our hands if those children were disenrolled from school. We're talking in the neighborhood of 30,000 children, and that I cannot fathom, as ranking member on education, having 30,000 of our children disenrolled. We do know that in the Education Committee this session, one of the #1 priorities was the social, emotional learning of our students, and the Education Committee directed much of its time to looking at how are we going to help our students that have faced trauma, food insecurity, mental health of our students, suicide ideation. These are grave concerns for our students, and if we had 30,000 more students disenrolled because of the underlying legislation without this amendment, I think we would truly then have a health crisis on our hands. We also need to look, for years we've been trying to close the opportunity gap that exists, the disparities and the inequities that we currently have in our education system. We are concentrating on trying to limit those. This amendment, if this amendment is not in place and the underlying proposal was approved, we would have, again, a new undereducated class of citizens. We would be creating more disparities and inequities. And it's for those reasons that I do rise in support of the amendment. This is not a political vote for me. This has been very difficult, and I'm trying to do what I believe sincerely is in the best interest of the students of the state of Connecticut. I cannot fathom having 30,000 children that would not be in a safe school setting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.